Hey everybody, it's Colette Barron-Reed. Welcome to this week's energy forecast using the Enchanted Map Oracle card deck. And we're almost at Oracle Palooza Virtual. I'm so excited. And me and Bizou are going to do the reading today. She chased me all the way here from the other building and managed to whoop in the door. And I had to keep her on my lap today just to keep her happy. Okay, let's get going. So the first card tells us the overarching theme for the week that everybody, this is in the collective, right? So this is a collective weather report. So it's stuck in the mud in the protection position. Is that right, Mark? Did I get it in the right spot? Yeah. Woohoo! Okay, so when stuck in the mud is in the protection position, it offers us an opportunity to view the concept of being stuck in a different way. So in other words, if we're temporarily prevented from moving forward quickly, there's a purpose to it. So we have to look at delays as being purposeful this week, right? So that's what this is. Now, we're going to learn more once we choose the card that crosses it, and then we have the foundation, the past, the highest, and then what's around the corner. So anyhow, so this card is 24 of the Enchanted Map, and it's in protection, which means it's upside down. So what crosses us? So this card tells us about the obstacle that we might face or tells us how to get around the obstacle. Oh, this is beautiful. So this is Field of Dreams. So I would say that this card is less about what an obstacle is and more about requiring us to take better care, to pay attention to the vision for our lives this week. And this is really also about trusting that your dreams count. They mean something. It's actually something we're going to be talking about at Oracle Palooza Virtual in a couple weeks. So what's really key about this is that we need to pay attention to the life we say we want and what are we doing about that. So oftentimes we're quote unquote stuck, but it's not really stuck, but we're required to slow down. Like last week was a slow down week too, right? This week's similar kind of vibe. It's like, you know what? I really need to tend to the garden. I need to see, are there any weeds in my field of dreams? So this is asking us to, in a way, reassess our decisions and our goals and our intentions for the life that we say we want to lead, right? It's really important. I think this is key for all of us. So now let's take a look at what is the foundation. So what gives us a grounding? I love that. And it's obstacles. This is from last week. Last week we also got the obstacle card. And the mountain card represents that in this case, because it sits where we are grounded, right? So this means that we have built now something new on top of the obstacle. So it's like we're at the pinnacle of the mountain. We don't look at it as an obstacle anymore. We're seeing it as part of the journey. So that's what we've learned from this. Now the past card will tell us also the lesson that we've integrated, that we're kind of threading through the fabric of our reality this week. And I'm going to choose this card, Strength. Okay, and Strength came up a lot last week too. So we have the ability, we're resilient. So this card, Strength, in this position tells us we have already proven that we're resilient people. We know that we can get through things. We don't have to be thrown off by life on life's terms. It's really important. I think one of the inaccurate ways in which people's expectations play out in terms of when they commit to a spiritual path, for example, is they think that if I do this, if I learn oracle cards, if I learn how to communicate with the universe, if I learn how to manifest the best of myself, I'm not going to suffer. I won't have any delays, or things are just going to go tickety-boo. And they don't. And I think that that's really important for people once they really commit to this path that they're on. You know, you wouldn't be watching this video unless you were on a spiritual path, unless you were looking to find different methods and ways in which you can communicate with spirit, with the universe, and discover what it is to be fully yourself, authentically you, etc., and staying in connection to a power greater than yourself. So it's important to recognize that life on life's terms is part of that story. So feel your feelings, assess yourself this week. Know that Any obstacle, you have overcome them already up until now, and you're still in a slow place in your life to start asking yourself important questions. What do I really want? I know what I say I want. And if I say I want this, but I'm behaving like that, then how do I get myself in alignment? So that's something to consider this week too. Now, what is our highest home? I love this. So what's the highest we can expect, right? So of all the hard work that we've put into ourselves, etc., what I love about this is that you have come a long way. That's what that says. The home card is what crowns us all, saying, you know what, we're building a new home for all of us. We don't know what it's like. We've never done architectural design before, so we're using our imaginations now to make sure that, that we're seeing a different world, etc. And it does take time, but we're starting to feel at home in all of this. Like, this is good. We're at home in the fact that this is true, this and that is true. That a spiritual path is one of great mystical opportunities and treasures, as well as sometimes, flailing around in the dark, and certainly spending time doing some work around the shadow.
Is that right, little Bizou? Yes, it is.
Okay. All right, now let's take a look at what do we know that's around the corner? Like, where are we exactly heading? Magical Map Shifter. We had that person last week too, but in protection. I think in the same position. If I don't remember, actually, Mark will I'll have to look at the video again. But anyway, Magical Map Shifter is a person. This card always represents people who come into our lives that show us something about ourselves. Like mentors can come into our life with this card. Somebody changes our path in a way that we don't expect. Now you can expect it because the reading said that, but it's pay attention to the people in your life and who you are looking up to and who is mentoring you and who are you getting your information from. In this case, it's a very positive position. It's saying this person comes in to help. So that's great. So we definitely know that we're heading in the right direction. Now let's look at the 4 events. Now I'm going to take all the cards out together. This one is listening. The next one is Ghostlands. Then I'm going to choose, I turned that unexpected visitors. Oh, that's very interesting. And rescue. Ooh, this is interesting. Let's start with listening. So these four cards represent events, experiences that follow one another. So I like listening after the Magical Map Shifter because it indicates that there's a relationship between the 2 cards, means that we are listening. We are listening because we need to get out of the Ghostlands. And the Ghostlands represent the 2 areas of our psyches where we get caught. One of them is in nostalgia. When am I going to get normal again? When is, when are we going back to the old way of being? Like, what's the nostalgia? And also retracing your steps, shoulda, woulda, couldas, that one. The other aspect of the Ghostlands is when you're caught in the future, like because you keep measuring yourself against the future that hasn't happened yet that you want. And so consequently, you will see yourself fall short. So it really disempowers you to be in those places too long. Okay, so listening will help you. Now, unexpected visitors also means somebody completely unexpected, and I like those cards again, back to that Magical Map Shifter. Out of the blue, somebody comes back into your life from the past to offer you something. And this is something that you learn, something that you recognize in yourself, and to show you about participating in your own rescue. Now, because the rescue card is in the protection position, this is warning us against codependency. So remembering that, it's good to teach people how to fish. When it's not good is when you're fishing for them, frying up the fish, putting it on the plate and handing it to them when it really doesn't help that person sustain themselves. And we're using that as a metaphor. We talk about that all the time in Oracle School. So that we have to really, to share that with people. So this is beware of somebody asking you to rescue them also beware of somebody projecting their wounds onto you this week, because it doesn't help anybody when you take responsibility for something that you didn't do, because you might be a people pleaser and you might think, oh my God, I had some part in this. Really pay attention to your body and trusting that this is not the week for you to try to fix something so that you feel safer, or you basically get somebody else out of trouble so that you don't have to deal with them later. Really important for you to pay attention to that. And it could happen just in a tiny way or in a bigger way. But a bottom line is, again, also, it's when I look at this, because this is a general reading for everybody's energy, I do think it's also about allowing people their own experience and not trying to fix them. You know, like there are a lot of people with disparate views on how things should be. There's people who are for and against things. And there's a lot of polarization in the world at the moment. And very infrequently have we been able to hear out the other side because we've cut them off or we've othered them. So this is also kind of being uncomfortable in listening, right? It's like, I'm going to listen. I don't have to like it. But it gives people dignity and the ability for them to have their own viewpoint and us to learn a little bit from the other side, quote unquote, right? So this is also kind of that you don't have to rescue somebody from their perspective or their perception of something, that everybody is allowed to have a different viewpoint. And somehow we're all hoping for the same thing. We just don't get there the same way. Okay, interesting week. All right, tomorrow you are going to see the Astro Oracle reading where I take all of the zodiac signs and I do a reading with those. Don't make noises, Mark. And Oracle Palooza Virtual. Oh my God, last year we had like 3,300 people from 53 countries. It was amazing. We've already got a few thousand people signed up for this year. It's the most amazing virtual interactive event you will ever attend. It's coming on July 30th, 31st, and August 1st. It is the coolest thing. You can come in your pajamas if you want, but not if you, we are going to see you, so. It's not like sitting on a computer and nobody sees you. Like, we all see each other. It's so cool. We had the time of our lives last year, and I think we kind of need a reboot again this year. So we've decided to do it again, and to really help everybody recalibrate after this crazy year that we've had, and to get ourselves back in alignment with our dreams and our desires, our spiritual connection, and our trust that we can claim the life that we say we want. Anyway, so I hope to see you there. There's a link somewhere, and if not, just go to my website, ColetteBaronReed.com, for information. All right, take care. Okay, so subscribe to my channel if you like this video. So leave me a comment. I love reading your comments. And like the video too. Give me a thumbs up. I like seeing those thumbs up. And hopefully I'll see you also at Oracle Palooza Virtual. Bye.